Yo, what is good, Pats Nation? Welcome back to the channel, guys, and we have some more breaking news, notes, highlights, observations from one of the last days of training camp here, day 2 versus the Packers of joint practices. Like I said, I think this is the last day of training camp for the rest of the season, man. We've made it here. We are just a couple of weeks away from the start of the NFL season. And in this video, I will be covering what happened in day 2, some things you guys should know going into, their second preseason game with the Packers. I believe on Saturday night it is. I'm not too sure. Comment down below what time their game is at on Saturday versus the Packers. I will be live for it, by the way, so make sure you guys come through for that. Before we get into the video and all the details of what happened at practice, make sure you guys do me a favor and smash the like button just so we can get this video to more Patriots fans out there. But also subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will be covering the rest of the offseason, signings, trades, preseason, regular season, anything that happens. I've got you guys covered. So make sure you guys join the family and also turn on post notifications because I will be going live for every single Patriots game for the entirety of the season. So I need you guys in there just having a good time with me, reacting to some of the games throughout the season. Now, let's get into the video. Now, there's 3 things injury related that I wanted to quickly note for you guys, and I do apologize because most of these highlights are not going to be 7-on-7s. They're not going to be 11-on-11s. I cannot show you those practice footage highlights just because I don't think they can film those. So it's going to be a lot of stretching, a lot of individual drills. But the 3 injuries that I have written down here are Tyquan Thornton looked to go out with some sort of injury. We also saw Jake Andrews, who was banged up. I think Thornton was a shoulder injury. And then also Keon White. So that's one rookie, a very reliable center, and then a wide receiver who has been good over the last few days here at camp. Obviously, they all don't look too bad as injuries, but obviously, things can linger throughout the season. So hopefully those guys can really pick it up here over the next few days and get ramped back up into practice. Now, it was a very chippy day here in Green Bay as you see Zeke walking out on the field looking ready to go as a guy who's expected to take a lot of goal line touches for this team here next season. Damian Harris replacement right here. Ezekiel Elliott, former Pro Bowl running back. I think it's a good fit. What do you guys think? You guys like Ezekiel Elliott or no? But like I said, it was a very chippy session. There was a play where some Packers player took a swing at Keon White. They were getting into it. A helmet was tossed in the air during a punt return. Anthony Jennings took exception to a punch and delivered a blindside hit to a Packer. So there was a lot of different skirmishes and a lot of different things that happened through practice that, it's what you're going to see when you're going against the same guy 3-4 days in a row or 2 days in a row. For 3 hours each day. It's going to be something that gets in your head, and you're going to be like, you just want to win every single rep. And sometimes when you don't win a rep, you're going to get a little heated. That's just the name of the game. So moving on, I feel like Jabril Peppers has been very, very good this so far this camp. I feel like he's a guy who's really fighting for a big time role in this defense. Obviously, at safety right now, you have Kyle Duggar. I don't know if you beat out Kyle Duggar. And then you got Adrian Phillips, who has been really, really good, dude. Just really reliable at the free safety position. So Jalen Mills and Jabril Peppers are 2 guys I really like as players, but I'm not sure if they're going to end up winning starting jobs. But however, with that being said, I think Jabril Peppers will have some sort of role in this defense. I mean, for starters, he is one of the biggest leaders on this team already, and he's not even a starter. So that is, impressive in its own. He's been chirping, he's been, talking trash, he's been, huddling his team together, he's been getting them in the right sets, making sure they're in the right spot. So that's been something to see. I've been excited to see his development over the last couple of, not only weeks, but last couple of years here in New England. I think he's done a good job throughout this season so far. And the energy that he's bringing, Jabril Peppers, it's translating to other players on the team. So that's something I love to see. And even in the red zone, the offense actually looked really, really good. We had a couple of touchdowns to Kendrick Bourne. Juju Smith had a touchdown. Devontae Parker, Ezekiel Elliott had a 2-yard touchdown carry. Bailey Zappi's unit also had a lot of success with Demario Douglas, 2 touchdowns. I mean, the dude is almost unstoppable. I mean, people are saying that Bill Belichick is, locking in Demario Douglas as one of the starting receivers. I don't know how true that is, but man, does he just continue to impress, man. It is starting to become very impressive, just how good he's been. Now, on terms of the defense, Jordan Love went 2 for 6. Adrian Phillips, Miles Bryant recorded pass breakups. Kyle Duggar had an interception. Like I said, Kyle Duggar has been amazing. So, I'm not going to lie. The Patriots offense and defense both kind of played lights out in the red zone area, getting a lot of touchdowns offensively and then preventing a lot of completed passes defensively. So I just feel like, man, the Patriots defense, the Patriots offense looked extremely good during practice. However, another bad thing that we do have to, talk about. We're going to talk about all the goods. You got to talk about some bads. The offensive line, man, it's just there's something wrong with the offensive line on paper. They gave up like 4 or 5 sacks again. Yesterday it was like 10, 11, 12 sacks in practice. Today it was like 4, 5, 6 sacks in practice. I mean, there's some injuries and there's some guys who are out. But man, we got to find a sense of consistency at practice, man. It just doesn't look good right now. So, that's one thing we need to keep an eye on going forward within the next couple of weeks here at practice or training camp, or I guess training camp's over. But for practice, got to keep an eye on that. Keep an eye out on that, and then also in games. Zeke looks good. He participated in some team drills as well. Repped in with both Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi throughout practice. Had a touchdown from about 10 yards out. Had a 2-yard touchdown as well. But I still believe that Ramondre Stevenson is going to be not a workhorse, but someone who gets a lot of touches in this offense, especially as a receiving back. But then when they get inside the 10, once they get inside the 5, I feel like Zeke Elliott will get into the game and be more of a factor in terms of those areas of the field. Let's see, what else do I have written down here? Marte Mapu, the man's different. The man's just a versatile linebacker, can play safety, can play corner, can play linebacker. I mean, the man can do it all. So he's been amazing. A better day from Christian Gonzalez, who did struggle yesterday, but he looked good, having a nice little pass breakup versus Dontavion Wicks. We also saw Marcus Jones have an interception. Isaiah Bolden record a pass breakup. And Jack Jones also was in on a couple of pass breakups as well. But overall, another good practice here for New England. I feel like they really, really ramped it up. Compared to yesterday's practice, they look really good offensively, look really good defensively, and are having a very good couple of weeks here at camp. I feel like they started off very slow, but things are definitely starting to ramp up here in New England, and Bill Belichick is doing a nice job getting these guys ready to go for the start of the season. Now, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys on Saturday for the game. Let me know what time it is, by the way. Brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. And if you love playing fantasy sports like football, basketball, baseball, and so many other sports, but also love being able to win money, you're going to want to stick around for this whole segment. Introducing Underdog Fantasy, the ultimate platform for fantasy sports lovers. Do you want to experience the thrill of drafting your team and competing for huge prizes? Well, look no further. With Underdog Fantasy, you get access to a wide range of fantasy sports, including football, basketball, baseball, and so much more. But here's what makes Underdog Fantasy stand out from all of those other apps. They've got quick and user-friendly drafting process, a unique and exciting game formats, fair and competitive contests for all skill levels, and attractive bonuses and promotions. Not only can you draft teams and compete with others, but you can also play a game of higher and lower, which is personally my favorite thing to do on there, but you can potentially win 20 times the money you put down. And if you use code MattyDubs when you sign up, Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. And what that means is basically when you deposit, let's say $100, they'll give you a free $100 to use and play with. Click the link in the description to get started, or head to the website right now to start dominating the fantasy world. And don't miss out on all the fun. Be a part of the Underdog community starting now. And don't forget, if you use code MattyDubs, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Let's get started. Get into drafts with me starting today.